Feli Nandi with the song called Ndowona Iwe. We have her in the studio this afternoon on The Quest, and the video link is going to be up on YouTube. The video is going to be up on YouTube a little later on, and then you get to see how beautiful Miss Feli's looking as always. You know, she's always... one thing I love about Feli, whenever you see her, she going to be wearing her apparel. She going to make sure that even if you don't see the advert online, if you don't see it online, you'll see her.
Wearing it.
She gonna wear her clothes. How are you?
I'm good. How are you, Chamvary?
This is actually our first time meeting, yeah? Yeah.
Why does it feel like we've met?
I think it's because, you know, we get to see each other without seeing each other.
Yeah, I think so. Because this doesn't feel like the first time.
It doesn't feel like the first time we met each other. All right, so Feli's been around for a while. You might know her if you follow music a lot. She used to be in Mbewu and the Modzi tribe. She was in the Modzi tribe back in the day. I don't know if you should say back in the day because it's 3 years ago.
Yeah, 3 years ago.
3 years ago until she then branched off to go solo.
Yeah.
So that's how we know you from the Modzi tribe. But I'm sure this Feli Nandi story started way before this Modzi tribe. Where exactly did it start?
No, it started in the Modzi tribe.
All right.
Yeah. That's where everything started. Okay, everything started in 2020 when I left the Modzi tribe.
So when you were in the Modzi tribe, you were just Felistas?
Feli. Yeah, Feli.
It was not even Nandi, nothing.
And
how did you end up in there?
Towards the end, that's when we introduced Feli Nandi, but it was shallow. It wasn't going out there. Mm-hmm. It was not meant to go out there.
How did you end up in the tribe then?
I saw them playing at a wedding, and I approached Eugene. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I approached Eugene and asked for auditions, and from then I joined the clan.
Before that, you used to sing and perform in church, I assume?
Church, when I was young.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, just like every other singer.
So from the time that you were young, were you singing?
No.
In between?
I was married and being a mom.
So
at Aurora.
At that point, when you decided to go and approach them and say, I want to sing for you, what moved you to go and do that?
Depression. I was in such a dark space. Because I'd stopped singing for so long because of my mom's death. That got to me really ugly. So I had stopped entirely. And then just maybe 2 babies later, I'm 25 and I'm depressed and I'm in a dark place, and I knew there was one thing that was going to get me out of it. That was singing.
So you went up to him and you're like, I
went to Eugene, yeah.
So if you hadn't gone to that wedding, you probably wouldn't even be here right now.
Yeah, because, I had never performed anywhere except church and school. So, and that was, do we call that performing at church? No.
That's singing in the choir. No, that's worshiping in the choir.
Yeah. So the experience, the knowledge, I got all that from Modzi tribe. Yeah.
And just to take you back, you spoke about your mom. Was your mom one of the people that believed in you singing? You said that her passing away is what made you stop.
She would just look at me and start crying. And I remember I was young. I now understand. No,
Oh, when you listen to your voice, you're like, I can sing.
Okay. No, not really. But how I feel, sometimes I'm just looking and staring. It's exactly how my mother would react.
So you were in the Modzi tribe, and you were working in there. You got the experience. What kind of experience did you gain from there?
Oh, a lot. Oh, man. Literally everything.
From vocal ranges, performance,
stage performances, how to handle the industry and people, everything. I learned that from Eugene and Tim.
I like that you say how to handle the industry. Tell me one of the things that you learned about the industry while you were in there.
Well, it's not a piece of cake, I can tell you that. But you can conquer anything if you want. Yeah.
And so when you were in there, it seems like everything was fine. So how did the fire of being a solo artist come about? Was it instigated by someone? Was it instigated by an event?
No. I think, you know what happened between me and the team, probably we were artists and we were growing and going different ways. You know, like even my boy bands, my girl bands, sometimes it's not like anything happened, but and
the fire is just ignited there.
You decide to take your own route. I think we just grew. Yeah, we grew. That's it. Growth. Growth.
You grew apart, or you grew in different directions.
Different, yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
And so when you left, there was a bit of talk that came up, and you didn't bother to address these issues.
That's so mean.
You don't address.
I don't address anything.
But didn't it hurt you though? Because you knew the truth. I'm sure everybody, all the parties involved, knew the truth. But there were these versions that were coming up. For example,
well, I remember when I told you I stopped singing because my mom died. She was like a woman of wisdom. You know what she told me? She started telling me when I was 3. So what we do is in August I graduate quite some kind of dust so I manya so vanditi no mira pants to mira pants but dust nditi manya ubati mepo ndo anataza ibata but that's what happens with gossip, that's what happens with rumors and words, people's words. And
anyway, people always talk.
And you can't explain yourself to everyone. So yeah.
All right, so we're going to take a quick break for the 2020 news headlines, and then straight after that, we will continue right here on The Big Show. This is The Quest, which comes through every Tuesday between 1:30 and 2 p.m. Today, we have Feli Nandi in the studio, and we've just been talking. She just gave us a history lesson about the Feli Nandi's life, and why the name Nandi? Nandi as in kunaka, like nice music.
Kunaka music.
All right, so is that the angle that you were going for?
The what?
Feli Nandi, like beautiful music.
Beautiful music. Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Just checking. All right. So, what lessons, obviously, did you learn from the transition of going solo? Especially even with, I know you learned this. You can learn things when you're at home. Your mom will teach you, no, do this. Wow, garawe gampa. So, what did you learn, from the transition?
Well, of course, being in the tribe was the shield. Because so you're protected, but being alone now, being a female solo artist, is not a piece of cake. There are a lot of things that happen in our industry, but when you really know what you want to do, so
women in music always complain about, or have often complained about, unfair treatment from the promoters, from radio stations, from everybody, from even the fans themselves. Like when it's a guy, even like a budita yagudi da ja sadza, and then Feli Nandi will come in. And then they're like, okay, that's nice though, but it's okay, but that's sadza. So with all this happening, have you experienced any unfairness, especially that the male counterparts? Yeah.
Okay, if I tell you that I look sweet, but I'm not, will you believe it?
No, I can see it in your eyes. It's in your eyes. The eyes, they tell.
I think majority knows I feel. And also, I would like to give credit with the team that is surrounding me. It's usually dealt with. We have principles. I think my best advice to my fellow female artists is just be principled. You know your value.
And has this always been the case with you as Feli Nandi ever since you went solo? Because
that's the first thing Comic Pastor told me when I started this journey. He said you have to know who you are and your values. Say, you need $5 for 1 hour. But you won't occupy exposure. Stick up $5 and then that way they will eventually accept you. Yeah, I think for me, I got lucky because I had like really amazing people. I got an experience with my industry. I heard that lesson from Eugene as well. Said it's the tribe's former manager. So yeah, pretty much I've got good advisors around me.
You keep mentioning his name. You keep dropping his name. Are you guys still cool like that?
With Eugene? Of course.
That's
Even with me, we're still cool.
All right. So just putting it out there so everybody knows they still get along.
Yeah, we're still cool, man. I'm cool people.
Mufudziwe Mombe was a smash hit, to be honest. After the in fact, from Mufudziwe Mombe, that's when I got to know you. And then that's when they're like, no, don't you remember that girl from the band? So that song was a smash hit. Obviously, we have read on there, it's out there how the song came to be about.
Yeah.
But was this recorded during the start of your solo journey?
Yeah, it was. I think I was left with 2 months of leaving when we recorded Fudziwe Mombe with Trevor. Yeah.
And when you recorded this song, I know you feel every song that you record, but when you recorded this song, did you know that this song was going to do this to people?
No, even Trevor didn't. We just recorded it because it was Mr. Marambire's book, and he called us and he said, I'm looking for 2 artists to sing about my book. And he said, have you met Trevor before? I said, no. And he said, would you like to meet him? I'm like, what? Why are you even asking me that? Yes, I want to meet him.
Trevor, hello.
And I met with Trevor. We recorded the song around 11 p.m. I remember, and it was actually composed in hours or 30 minutes. I don't really remember, but we didn't know it was going to do what it did. And when that happened, we were just so happy. I remember Trevor called me, one of my views, and I'm like, yeah. Of course I can see. We were so happy. Yeah.
And it's also the way it moves people, the way it touches people. A lot of people get very emotional when that song comes on.
Yeah.
This is weird though. Does it make you emotional to see people get emotional about your song?
Oh yeah, that's one thing about me. All I've ever wanted from day one when I started singing was to touch souls and make people cry, make people happy, make people fall in love, just like how you're in love with your boyfriend because of my song. Yeah, that moves me more than anything. Just to see someone saying, "Feli, I was sick and I listened to your song." So yeah, of course, that's a good feeling.
And obviously, when that song came out, there is this thing. It's never intentional, but it ends up happening when you start off your solo career with a collaboration. People might mistaken you for a collaborative artist. And I know even after that song came out, you did a song with Solution. And how did you manage to shake this off with collaboration? But this is what I do. How did you manage to shake that off?
Every rumor that comes out and every opinion out there, man. So
you did get people that were telling you, I want to feature, I want to my feature aesthetic.
Okay. So one thing about me is these things never really get to me, because those who know me, I think panongoshika mna daughter na feeling do munza zvakana nogara udzonza kuesta time yako. Feli
she's principled. She already knows what she wants, the kind of person she wants to be.
I always tell my friends, if you're going to text me with a rumor, man, that you obviously know is going to spoil my day, I'm going to block you. We don't even talk about that. Kana ona picture yako yawaona yauri it's going to ruin my day. Don't text me. So she knows what she wants, but in that moment, no.
All right. So now that we have this journey going on, you know who you want to be.
Yeah.
Can you share with us? Obviously, some of these things need to be kept to yourself, and then we just hear it through the music. But what kind of an artist do you want to be? How do you want to be valued and known? When years from now, when they talk about Zimbabwe music industry and they mention Feli, what do you think they need to say?
I'm an emotional artist. All my songs are my life, my very closest people's lives. I want to be remembered as someone who spoke to people, someone who changed people's lives, and someone who made my other fellow female artists, they should get the respect they deserve, because we have really talented women in Zimbabwe. We're just not getting the recognition they're supposed to get for a lot of different reasons. My hope and wish is that we work so hard. Big Five, it's not even a question. A woman's name is mentioned. Panonzi, there's an Afro whatever festival in Malawi. It's not even a question, man. There's Feli Nandi in Zimbabwe, or there's Amara in Zimbabwe, you know? That's my wish.
My hands want to stir the pot right now.
Yeah.
Currently, akuna big 5 ya but ya now. But kuri kunzi Feli Nandi arugadzira big 5. Kana big 5 yacho agadzirwa. What number do you, okay, not what number, but do you believe you currently are in the big 5? You qualify for the big 5?
I don't think so, honestly. I just think that people that deserve that recognition, honestly.
This girl being humble, we know she believes she belongs in the big 5. Anyway, moving on. Before we go, the Namas were held over the weekend. So many things happened with the Nama. With the Namas, let's first of all talk about the red carpet. As I said, wherever you see Feli Nandi, she's wearing something from her collection. But this time around, she decided to wear something different. It wasn't what we're used to. Why did you choose to do that?
Oh, I just wanted to feel different. My friend has a bridal shop. Her name is Lani Bridal. So this time around, I said, you know what? I feel like going glitz, man. Man. Like everyone. I know it's who I am. I felt very uncomfortable, but I ended up feeling very classy because...
When I was looking at the photos, I just swiped. Then I looked on your profile.
I'm like, okay.
Oh, that was her?
Exactly.
Because I didn't recognize you.
I know. But it felt really good. And I don't wear heels at all. So I had the slightest
kitty heels.
Heel. And I felt so good. I'm thinking, okay, it's not so bad sometimes to wear other people's clothes, you know? Yeah.
And as far as accolades are concerned, do you feel like that validation of actually winning an award is something that when you didn't get it affected you in any way? Did it affect you in any way?
No, man. How? A nomination is a win. So being there. Oh, come on, no. I was happy for my sister, Dr. Smoyo. Proper happy. And Sandra Ndebele as well. No.
She's waiting for my awards every year. And obviously, your fans are riding hard for you on social media because they're like, "No, Feli's been consistent. I mean, we've been jamming to her." Then some people are like, those that don't know, those that don't know are like, "But who's Dokas Moyo?" So you know, what do you have to say to your fans? Because I feel like the fans feel more robbed than you.
Yeah, I know. Oh, I love every one of my people, my followers, my family. I don't like calling them fans. I just somehow think with my fans who's phone.
They are fans, but when you connect with them, they are your family.
Yeah,
anyway.
they're my family. I've got people who fight for me and I don't even know them. No one's like, you know, stuff like that. I've got family. And I want to tell them, no one is discouraged. Don't worry. We're good. Let's keep on making good music.
All right, before we go, what is going to happen in 2023 with Feli Nandi? What's next?
So I've always wanted to have this collaboration.
Why am I smiling before I even heard the chat?
No, it's a dream collaboration for me. So I'm, because of reasons, technical reasons. I'm not going to disclose who it is, but I've got a collaboration that's coming that I've always wanted to do from the moment I knew I wanted to sing. So it's probably coming.
All right, so hint, is the person from Zimbabwe?
Of course!
Is it a guy or a girl?
I'm not from Zimbabwe, actually, because like a lot of people have been just asking for that collaboration. So.
Do a hip hop. Oh, but I saw you with Holy 10. Is this
a hint? We have a collaboration with Holy 10. We have already.
So it's not Holy 10.
Can you not guess, please? Can you just let it slide?
I'm just saying. But anyway, it's okay. Can I jump? Okay, maybe because we don't have time, I would have listed all of them.
Yeah, I know.
All right, so this collaboration is coming out.
It's coming out this year, early this year, and an album that we've started working on, but it's at a date.
All right. Thank you so much, Feli Nandi, for coming through. How can we get in touch with Feli Nandi?
Well, I'm Feli Nandi everywhere. I'm Feli Nandi on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, everywhere.
Alrighty. Thank you so much for coming through, though.
Thank you, Chamvary.
Oh, yeah. Because people always tell me Chamvary can't sing.
Stick to being a DJ.
You're supposed to have faith in me.